Hi everyone, I'm Jewel and this is J7409 weather on Monday, the 11th of November 2019. Man, the tale of two sides to the season. We've got fall down in here. This is temperatures right now. We've got winter up here in these areas as you see. Folks, the cold is coming. I cannot stress that enough. This map courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. This cold surge of Arctic air, it's going to be the coldest we've had yet this season, folks. And it's going to go down to the Gulf Coast, and I'm going to show you. And on top of it, the wind's going to blow like crazy. The wind chills are going to be outrageous. As you can see, this is midnight, last evening midnight. Still pretty warm down in Texas, but that's going to change. I hope you guys have your winter attire ready because you're going to be needing it as we move through the day today. You can see this cold air is surging on down. Surging on down. Now this is Fahrenheit temperatures. Now by midnight tonight, it's going to start to really get cold, as you can see. Look at here. All those nice 50s and nice warm weather you had, you thought maybe you'd be in the 40s. Well, you're going to be in the 20s. The 20s, look, 27, 28, up around Lubbock. That's looking like maybe around 18 up in these areas up here. My goodness gracious, look at Oklahoma, West Virginia. We come over to Indiana, 17 to the north, 15 to the south. Over in Tennessee, it's going to be in the teens for the most part, with the 20s right along the eastern edge of Tennessee. And folks, the wind chills are going to be even worse. You can see your daytime highs that you had going on yesterday in Texas were in the 50s and lower 60s in some place, where you're going to drop down to the 40s and 30s for daytime highs by the time tomorrow rolls around. Then this cold air, I'm just going to bring it on through. You're going to see how it's going to move through before it starts to warm up any. And it's going to take a while, at least until Thursday, before this cold gets away from us. So please prepare, folks. Now let's take a quick look at the wind chills. You can see the timestamp up there. We're going to move on through, and I'm going to show you how the wind's going to blow. Look at this, Panhandle of Texas, 10 degrees, what it's going to feel like over in Oklahoma. Look here, 17. This is just one section. Cold. Indiana, northern Indiana, 20s. Midsections in the 30s. Then we get in the lower 40s down west. This is where the rain-snow line is going to form. My goodness, up in Minnesota, -6, -6, 3 and 1. Cold. Wisconsin's even got a 7 right in here and an 8. This is going to be some cold stuff. Look at this. 1 degrees. 0. This is 0 in one portion of Minnesota as we move on through. These cold wind chills are going to continue because I'm telling you, the backside of the system is very windy, and it's going to have a little snow going on with it in a couple of places also. I got lots of stuff going on, folks. That's why I'm trying to breeze right on through this for you. This is the GFS NAM map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits this morning, where you see the purple. This is sleet, more than likely, sleet. Of course, the green is and yellow is red. This blue is the snow. The darker the blue, the heavier the snow. We're going to turn it on right quick, and I'm going to tell you just a few things. In addition, to all this Arctic cold air, this snow is expected to fall across a wide area behind the Arctic cold front. Much of the areas from the northern Rockies through the northern plains and the upper Midwest are going to continue to see snow falling for at least through today, well behind this cold Arctic front. Now, the snow over the northern and central Rockies is expected to gradually taper off today, but as the main upper level jet stream moves toward the Great Lakes, a low pressure center is expected to form, and this is going to intensify along the Arctic front over the Ohio Valley tonight. Now, snow is then, of course, it's going to pick up in intensity over upstate New York and northern New England tonight as this low-pressure center passes just to the south. Snow, 6 to 12 inches of snow with locally higher amounts are forecast for northern New York and northern Vermont by Wednesday morning. Farther west, lake effect snowfall is likely downwind of the Great Lakes, where locally more than a foot can be expected. Now, behind this strong Arctic high, folks, we got an upper level impulse, and it's going to bring the next event of the chance of snow and mixed precipitation across the Pacific Northwest into the northern Rockies tomorrow and tomorrow night. The precipitation, though, will likely move into the northern plains in the form of snow early on Wednesday. Of course, we got some rain going on that's going to be happening up and down this eastern seaboard right here for tomorrow, so expect that, as you can see it forming. Now, it looks like New Jersey is going to get a little snow, but you know, I think you may get a mixture. This is what I'm thinking. That rain-snow line is so close together, it's going to make it virtually impossible to forecast until we see exactly how fast this Arctic air moves. But one thing I can guarantee you, in upstate New York and in parts of Vermont and in parts of Maine, you guys are going to get the greatest, you're going to get a greatest plenty of snow coming your way. So please be prepared for that. That's like up in the northern sections of Maine, moving on down in this area here. Everybody else, you're getting snow too. You can see where the sleet is happening in Oklahoma, going over down into Missouri, western Tennessee. You're going to get some sleets looking like. And so far as Ohio, looking like you're going to get a bit of snow too, along with portions of Indiana and the northern sections especially, as all of this front system moves down. So please be aware and be safe. Keep up with your current conditions. I told you the wind's going to blow like crazy, and yes, it is indeed. This is wind gusts that are going to be happening. Here's a timestamp right here at 10 a.m. this morning. Looking like Texas right in the panhandle up here. What's your wind gust doing? 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. We move over to, let's go up to northeastern Oklahoma. 42-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. You can see as this is spreading on across. We'll turn it on, let it run right quickly. These winds, of course, is what's going to make the wind chill so very, very cold. Now, when we come up, say, in Minnesota, where it's already so doggone cold, the wind is blowing, your wind gusts aren't going to be as much, but enough to make it even colder at 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible. For the greatest is going to be in Texas. Dallas, look out. You're included in this, as well as all the other areas. As you can see, it is going to be severely windy and severely cold. I'm just telling you, 44-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, this is the gust. It's not the sustained wind. But this cold Arctic air that is moving down and pushing across with all of this wind entailed in it. Look up in here in New Jersey, right in this area. You guys, 33-mile-per-hour wind gusts. With the cold Arctic air coming, it's going to make it feel even much, much colder. Some of this heavy wind gusts from this system pushing through will even hit a little bit parts of the Florida Panhandle. Just a little bit, as you can see. But everybody, it's going to be windy. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy for a lot. Who don't get snow may get some sleet or freezing rain. That's what it's looking like, as I've showed you. And it's just going to be a mess. So please be prepared. Stay on top of this. Now, so far as severe thunderstorms go, we do have a chance of some isolated thunderstorms possible from southeast Oklahoma, eastern and south Texas, into the lower Mississippi Valley region, as you can see. But none of these thunderstorms should be severe, with no chance of damaging winds, tornadoes, or hail. These just can be some thunderstorms that are going to pop up when this warm line hits that cold Arctic line coming down. Boom! You know what happens. As we look at the watches and warnings map, here we go. These are all wind warnings and watches, folks. High wind warnings. High wind warnings. And the gold wind warnings and the brown, as I just showed you. Where we have this blue. This is winter weather advisories. Yes, you guys will pick up some snow. May not be as much as what we have when we head further to the northeast, though, in portions of northeast Ohio, portions of northwest, well, that's saying Ohio, but right here, this is northwest Pennsylvania, moving up into Buffalo, moving on up, and we get into Vermont, and then into portions of Maine, and a little bit of southern Maine, and New Hampshire. Also, everybody in the pink. This goes up for parts of Michigan as well as Wisconsin and the very northern part of Indiana. You guys are under a winter storm warning. This is where the greatest amount of snow is going to fall with this system for today and tonight. So please be aware, stay safe. Make sure you got everything you need. Don't leave your pets outside. Check on the pets. Check on the elderly. Check on the handicapped. Your neighbors. If there's anything you can get for them, if they need something from the store and you are going out, please help them out, okay? Now, where you see the darker blue, these are a heavy freeze warning areas. In Mississippi and Alabama, where it's the lighter blue, this is frost warnings. Other than that, these are advisories to let you guys know the cold is coming down for hazardous weather. That's all that amounts to, hazardous weather. And we still have those air stagnation warnings going on in parts of Idaho, Oregon, Washington State. So keep all of this in mind. Remember the other day I told you about how I checked the sun for the weather, and I showed you where it was going to go up to a 4. Well, guess what? It's going up to a 4 today, maybe tonight also. What's happening? This cold surge is coming down, snow's flying over a large portion of the U.S., and that's just another point I'm trying to point out to you, that the sun is in charge of what's happening to a lot of our weather right now. So with all that said and done, nothing fancy this morning, just wanted to put it out there to you. Get right, be safe, stay warm. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. I appreciate it so very much. I love you guys, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you do for me and watching my videos and sharing them. Everybody stay warm, have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day, and peace, love, and kindness to each of you.